I want you to imagine a familiar moment. It's midnight and you wake up feeling thirsty. The house is so quiet you can hear your own heartbeat. You walk barefoot to the kitchen, the cold tiles pressing against your feet. The whole room is dark, except for one sound, the soft hum of the refrigerator. You open the door. A pale white light spills out, shining on your sleepy face. And there, among the leftovers, a jar of butter, a few wilting fruits in the corner. Hide some enemies you don't even know about. Things that seem harmless but silently harm your body day after day. I'm a doctor who has worked in healthcare for over 30 years, caring for people who have lived through half their lives. People just like you and me. I've met countless patients who thought they were living healthily, eating well, doing everything right, yet still faced cancer, heart disease, or strange illnesses no one could explain. And when we looked deeper together, we discovered that sometimes the cause was right there, inside their own kitchen. The refrigerator, once considered a miracle invention, has now become a silent keeper of hidden dangers. Millions of families believe that once food is inside, it's automatically safe. But the truth is, small mistakes in how we store food can create toxins, damage the liver and gut, and even awaken dormant cancer cells in the body. I don't say this to scare you, but to remind you that we do have control over our health. The human body is extraordinary, can heal and protect itself if we know how to treat it right. Today, I want to take you on a small journey, to look at your refrigerator, that loyal friend in your kitchen, and see what might be silently harming you inside it. It might be something you believe is healthy. It might be your favorite breakfast food. Or it could be as simple as how you store your leftovers. We all love our families. We all want to stay healthy long enough to see our children and grandchildren grow, to enjoy peaceful mornings with a cup of coffee. And sometimes, just a few tiny changes, like not keeping potatoes in the fridge, not storing meat in foam trays, or transferring leftover canned food into clean glass jars, can protect you from diseases without a single pill. So let's begin this small journey together, not to fear food but to understand it, to know what's truly safe, and what isn't, so that every time you open your refrigerator you can feel at peace, knowing there's no hidden threat waiting inside. This isn't just a story about food. It's a story about awareness, about how we protect ourselves and the people we love, starting from the smallest corner of our home, the refrigerator. And now, let's uncover the 7 silent killers hiding in your fridge. I promise, after today, you'll never look at your refrigerator the same way again. You know, after years of working with patients, I've realized that health isn't destroyed by big things. It's eroded by the small ones, by the habits we repeat every single day without thinking. And inside your kitchen, that refrigerator that seems so harmless, could be the starting point of serious health problems. Today, I want to share with you 11 silent killers that are hiding in most families' refrigerators. Not to make you worried, but to give you awareness so you can protect yourself and those you love. First, processed meats. Sausages, ham, bacon, deli meats. They're convenient, tasty, and easy. But behind that flavor lies an uncomfortable truth. These meats are cured, smoked, and preserved with nitrites, which the World Health Organization has classified as a carcinogen linked to colorectal cancer. I once had a patient who ate a ham sandwich every morning, thinking it was a light and healthy choice. A few years later, doctors found precancerous polyps in his colon. We couldn't prove the cause with certainty, but he completely changed his diet afterward. You don't have to eliminate these foods. Just make them occasional treats, not daily staples. Second, potatoes stored in the fridge. Many people think refrigeration keeps potatoes fresh longer. But few know that cold temperatures turn their starch into reducing sugars. When these sugars are fried, roasted, or baked, they combine with proteins to create acrylamide, a compound that may cause cancer. It sounds minor, but if you often eat fried or baked potatoes, this buildup adds up. Instead, store potatoes in a cool, dark, dry place, just like our parents used to do. Third, eggs stored in the refrigerator door. That door area has the most temperature fluctuation. Every time you open the fridge, warm air rushes in. It's the perfect breeding ground for salmonella. The best way: keep eggs in their original carton, on a cold, stable shelf. and never wash them before refrigerating. The natural coating on the shell is their best protection. Fourth, leftovers kept too long. We've all done it, saving that leftover rice, stew, or meat for later. But bacteria like Bacillus cereus can grow without changing the food's smell or color, and produce strong toxins causing vomiting and diarrhea. Here's the simple rule. If it's been more than 4 days, throw it away. Don't waste food, can sometimes cost you much more than you think. Fifth, meat stored in foam trays. Supermarket meat often comes in white polystyrene trays. This material contains styrene, a probable carcinogen. When fatty meat sits in it too long, or is frozen and reheated with plastic wrap, styrene and phthalates can leach into your food. Just one small change. Transfer your meat into glass or silicone containers, and you've already removed a real source of danger. Sixth, wet leafy greens. When you wash greens and seal them wet in a plastic box, they often turn slimy and smell sour after a few days. That's because moisture creates the perfect home for Listeria and E. coli. For older adults with weaker immunity, even mild contamination can send them to the hospital. Always dry your greens well, or line the container with paper towels to absorb moisture. Eleventh, opened canned food left in the can. Once opened, the metal lining reacts with air and the acids in food, releasing invisible metal ions. Many cans also contain BPA, an endocrine disruptor that affects hormones in both men and women. I once told a male patient that his fatigue and low energy might not just be age, but the half-finished canned fish he stored every week. The fix: pour leftovers into a clean glass or BPA-free container. Eighth, water kept in old plastic bottles. Refilling the same plastic bottle and leaving it in the fridge can release microplastics and phthalates, especially when scratched or old. These chemicals disrupt hormones and affect the liver and thyroid. Use glass or stainless steel bottles instead, and change the water daily. Small habit, big benefit. Ninth, painted or colored glass jars. Those pretty jars with painted designs may contain lead and heavy metals. When used to store acidic foods like vinegar, lemon juice, or tomato sauce, these metals can leach out. Lead accumulates in the body over time, damaging the nervous system and weakening bones. Always choose plain, clear glass jars, safer and more durable. 10th, refreezing thawed food. When you thaw meat or fish and then freeze it again, the cell structure breaks down. On the second thaw, bacteria multiply faster. Portion your food before freezing and thaw only what you need. Keeps your food fresh and your gut safe. And finally, foods high in hidden sugar. This one's the sweetest, and the most dangerous. Many healthy items like bottled juices, low-fat yogurt, or salad dressings are packed with refined sugar or high fructose syrup. Sugar fuels inflammation, increases insulin, damages the liver, and yes, feeds cancer cells. Your body doesn't need any of it. Learn to read labels. If you see corn syrup, fructose, or maltose, leave it on the shelf. You see, none of these are complicated. They're all simple, everyday habits. But add them up year after year, and they can decide how long and how well you live. I don't believe in fear. I believe in understanding. Because once you understand, change comes naturally. We can't stay young forever. But we can live long, live well, and truly enjoy every day with the people we love. And sometimes that journey begins with something as simple as opening your refrigerator and looking inside with new eyes. Take a look at your fridge tonight. Just a few small adjustments could spare you from big problems later. Health doesn't start in hospitals. It starts right in your own kitchen. You know, after more than 30 years in medicine, I've learned a deep truth. Health isn't just numbers on a test result, or pills in a bottle. Health is how you live, the choices you make every single day. What you eat, how you sleep, how you treat yourself. When I was younger, I believed good medicine and advanced technology were enough to keep people healthy. But the more patients I met, the clearer it became. Health begins right at home. In your kitchen. In that refrigerator you open every morning. And sometimes, one small change today can spare you years of fatigue and illness tomorrow. I know life gets busy. Sometimes you feel like it's too late to start over. But it's never too late to care for yourself. Your body, even at 50, 60, or 70, still has the power to heal if you give it the chance. Start simple. Eat slowly, sleep earlier, smile more, and let your heart rest. Thank you for staying with me until the end of today's video. That tells me you care about your health, and that you're taking the first step toward a better life. If you found today's message helpful, please take just 1 second. Hit like, subscribe so you don't miss my weekly videos, and share this with someone you love. Because sometimes, one small change in awareness can prevent a major illness. This channel is where I share real stories, practical science, and lessons from thousands of patients to help you understand your body, the aging process, and how to live stronger and happier after 50. Thank you for listening. And always remember, your body is your most loyal friend. Love it, listen to it, and care for it every day. I'm Dr. Emily Carter, wishing you peace, deep sleep, and a life that's healthy, gentle, and full of gratitude.